Have you ever felt overwhelmed by your project? Have you ever felt that it was just too complicated? Well, in this video, I'm going to discuss what you can do to reduce overwhelm in order to get your first stop motion done. Now, the first thing in reducing overwhelm is to keep it simple. Keep it simple. So when we keep it simple, this reduces overwhelm because there's less things to keep track of. I don't have to go onto YouTube and learn all this stuff that I don't know how to do yet. By keeping it simpler, I don't have to keep track of all these different pieces. So it reduces the overwhelm by reducing the amount of things to keep track of, reducing the amount of things to do. And keeping it simple also helps when you have to do videos on a time crunch. So what I mean by that is that if you have a short amount of time to do a video, then it helps if you keep it simple because then you're able to get it done instead of running out of time. And I know because I've done stop motions in one day. It's crazy, but one day, I have one day to animate, maybe two, but by keeping it simpler, I'm able to get it done faster. And the second reason to keep it simpler is because we learn a lot by doing. So there's a lot of tutorials out there, but instead of trying to learn like walk cycles and special effects and fight scenes and all that stuff, that's what you're doing, but just an example. Instead of trying to learn all that at once, just start out with one thing, something simple like a walk cycle. So do a video where it's just simple and that's what you do. And then in the next video, now you add another skill that you can learn. So by doing that, you can level up your skills without overwhelming yourself because now you're doing it one at a time instead of all at once. All right, so how to keep it simpler? Well, the first thing you can do is to simplify your story. So the basics of story is that you have a hero with some want, need, desire that they have, and then some sort of obstacle that they have to get over. Now, this obstacle can be a villain, it can be another person, it could be nature, or it could be themselves even, but it needs to be something that some sort of obstacle that the hero has to overcome in order to get the reward. And without this obstacle, there's no conflict. So an example of what not to do is a cat laid down on a blanket. There's no stakes, there's no story, it's just, okay, whatever. Now, a cat laid down on a dog's blanket. That's a story, a basic story, but a story nonetheless. Because now it's not just any blanket that the cat's sitting on. It's not the cat's blanket the cat's sitting on. It's a dog's blanket. So now we have another force that then could be introduced into the story. Another example of a simple story is my first stop motion, Bricks in the Wild. It's just two bricks, one wants to survive and the other one wants to eat the original brick. A super simple story and not hard to do at all. And the second thing is to simplify your set and your characters. So again, back to my first stop motion, it's just a base plate with a top-down view. However, you can use places around your house. I've done this as well. Other people have done that because it simplifies what I need to build for the set. It's just, hey, it's in the house. And then for characters, I like using Lego for my stop motions. And part of that is simplicity and ease of use with Legos. Also, with a bag of minifigures, I can switch out parts and have an infinite array of characters and emotions. And that's something that's a little easier to do with Lego than if you have to create a character from start with like clay or paper. You've already got a set body, you've got set forms, and it's really quick and easy to change pieces. And that's it. That's how you simplify your stop motion so that way you reduce overwhelm and you're able to get your video done. And the benefit of doing this is that when you get a video done, there's that sense of, hooray, I did it, I'm going to share this with people. However, you still need to know what you need to do to make your first stop motion. So check out this video to learn what you need to do then. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.